Is he really raising the roof? Was that? Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought that was Rick Perry. Oh my God!
Look, we have the political handler acting tough.
Maybe they're trying to appeal to the youth.
More.
All they do is win, win, win.
More. All right, here, let's go to this feed. Let's go to it.
Celebrate! We got a great night, folks. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2014 Victory Night celebration, and I emphasize the word victory. It's not your normal victory.
Did he say literally?
We crushed the Democratic Party. We annihilated battleground Texas. And we completely wiped out their entire statewide ticket.
Yeah, I like that.
That was good.
Screw them.
Yeah.
Celebrate, right?
Hate those bastards. God, what a bunch of commies. I can't believe they're real life commies. The thing is, these Republicans are a bunch of turds.
And everyone
The Democrats are just filth. They're filth.
There's also a railroad commissioner. She's a woman that's in the forefront of the newest wave of pragmatic conservative leaders.
Pragmatic. Watch out for that word.
She was raised in a strong conservative household. Her father is the former Speaker of the House, Tom Craddock. She was retained.
They're going to trot out a whole list of people here.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
She is a trusted political advisor, and she did a great job advising the RBC.
It'd be funny if he said Karl Rove after that.
He trains chimpanzees in finger painting.
But she's conservative.
And Christie has pushed the maximum effectiveness and efficiency. And she learned all that around the table in Midland with her family. She's a lifelong Republican. But I would tell you the thing that she should be most proud of.
Is this not a narcissistic introduction?
Yeah. She was the statewide chairman of our victory effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wendy Davis.
Well, hey, it's we the people, right? It's about us.
No. It is.
No, I'm being sarcastic. They're talking about themselves for 5 hours.
I know. I just hate the political process. That's what I mean. You got to hold your nose with this stuff.
$1 million of the other side spent.
Do they not understand, though, even from a marketing perspective, if they were just real and came out and talked to, like, these people as real people, it would be
Salente was right, though. Politics is like Hollywood for ugly people. Is that what he said?
Show business.
Show business for ugly people. I mean, that's a... Not that this guy's ugly, but...
Tonight, our base turned out, their base did not. Who had the better ground game, right?
No, America rejected feverish, bloodthirsty, evil communist
in pink sneakers,
literally dragging their knuckles, rubbing their hands together.
They went against the bloodbath.
Yeah, the Republicans need to get this. We ain't in love with them, and we freaking hate their guts, okay?
Yeah.
Now do something, scum. God almighty.
To a job that many times is...
It's how these politicians are in love with themselves. I don't want callers calling in telling me how I'm great all day. Can you imagine this guy if he had a talk show? It would be one caller after another telling him how great he was all day long.
They defeated a bloated bloodbath.
A bloated bloodbath.
That's Wendy Davis.
Who is this? Who did they even bring out now?
They're championing it.
What a packed room. Before we get started, I want to thank Steve Munisteri. What an awesome chairman.
Oh, thank everybody for 10 hours. How about you thank the voters for rejecting a communist person that wants to kill babies and wants to take our guns and is a Democratic Party star who just fell on her ugly face. How about we hear about what scum Wendy Davis is and what Greg Abbott's going to do
to fix the border.
To fix the border and to cut the franchise tax that is really a Texas sales tax on businesses.
Yep.
I want to hear about that. I want to hear about reality. I don't want to hear a bunch of thank this person, thank that person. I'm really complaining.
It's like the Oscars or something.
Look, I used to be involved in Republican Party politics 20-something years ago. These events want to make you want to throw up. Like, there's a lot of nice people at them, but, I mean, it is a bunch of glad-handing and a bunch of people think they've arrived because they're at some meeting. And they're like, Alex, you don't need to be so extreme. We should give up some of our guns. That's the kind of crap I heard from them 20 years ago when I started my own talk show, because I wasn't going to put up with it. The only reason they're winning is because of what we're doing, and they admit it's the Tea Party doing it. But then they want to backhand us and go, we're pragmatic. You bastards, Jeb Bush, all of you are the problem, not the answer.
Yeah, there's a young Bush, George P. Bush, is running for what, land commissioner?
Yeah, and he says I'm a Tea Party person. I don't like the New World Order.
Oh, yeah, right. We'll see.
Let me see some good votes by him before I believe that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to blame folks for their family. But I want to see results first. All right, that's we'll go back to him later when Abbott. The minute they bring Abbott out, which is probably going to be about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The minute they bring Abbott out, we'll go to it. But we've got, when is Salente coming up?
We got Salente at 9 o'clock. So, and then we have a Greg Palast interview, which is about 25 minutes long.
So let's go to Greg Palast now so that we can come back, have Salente ready. Yep. And then Salente can be ready. He understands we can fade it down and go to Abbott.
Yeah.
And we'll cut into the Palast interview that was taped earlier today.
That was earlier in the week.
Okay, that McBreen did. I saw McBreen there taping something today, so he did something else. So that's coming up, and we got all that for you, INFOWARS.com.
Can I just give a couple evil weed information? Actually, it looks like D.C. is going to pass it. They're 67% to 32 right now in favor of having it, so that'll be interesting. In having legalization. And Florida looks like they're going to get a medical marijuana initiative, 57% to 43, not final yet. But it looks like those...
Well, I don't endorse the whole drug culture, but I do endorse decriminalization.
I agree.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Like,
we're spending $12 billion just this year federally on putting people in jail and on the drug war. On this drug war. When we're letting the troops grow it, we're letting...
well, sure, it's the new slavery. They bring it in, hoping we use it so they can put us in their system. Got to decriminalize immediately. We'll come back after Greg Palast, because who's doing the Greg Palast? I mean, McBreen's doing the Greg Palast.
Yep.
And then who's going to interview Salente?
I can do it. Gooch can do it. Anybody can. If you're still here, you can do it.
Oh, I'll be glad to do it. But we'll figure it out during this interview. And then, folks, this is teleprompter free. This is real people that study real news, real analysis. We don't get up here in a stuffed suit and go, I am the political expert. What I say is absolute fact, and I don't know jack shit. Oh, sorry.
And notice, though, we don't stay on one topic. We're going to talk about Monsanto, but we actually branched off into more interesting things and developments
because
happening.
The sign that it's centralized state-run media is talking points.
Exactly.
There's segments on Conan O'Brien and stuff where they say the same thing on like 150 channels.
Yeah.
The same person writes the teleprompters for pretty much all.
Yeah. Well, guess who's writing the teleprompter here? Nobody.
Nobody. And we just,
you can tell he just cursed.
Actually, earlier today, or just now.
That's racist if you said.
Gave me this article. Hackers target NRA leader prior to Washington state gun control vote. So he talked to the NRA leader, said they had their Facebook hacked, a bunch of friends were taken off.
Oh, yeah, there's cyber war by the Democrats.
That's actually exclusive breaking news.
INFOWARS.com.
Exclusive to INFOWARS. So while we're here doing this, we also have the writers in the back bringing us news. We've got Jakari over there looking at the tweets.
Yeah, I want to be clear.
It really is a big
whether it's
operation.
Joe Jennings or whether it's Adon Salazar or whether it's Marcos Morales or whether it's Kit Daniels or whether it's the whole crew here. We can't take time out to thank CJ back there. Nico, well, just everybody. Yeah, we got John Bounds going to be popping in later.
Yeah.
Everybody here, Buckley, everybody is bringing you this information and this research and these stories. But yeah, I mean, the Democrats have gone full weaponized because they want a one-party dictatorship, not a two-party oligopoly. And they're moving to take over. Investigative journalist, former BBC host, award-winning writer, former federal crime investigator. Here is Greg Palast on election 2014. And then we'll come back, get more on Greg Abbott if he's come out on the Texas win, which is he is a good guy overall, I think. I mean, compared to Winnie Davis, he's an angel. Yeah. But the whole political machine makes you want to vomit. And then we will...
we got Salente Live, too.
We'll go to Salente Live. And then we've got a lot more coming up tonight.
We're here till midnight.
And we'll give you all the numbers as they come out. But it's looking pretty clear. The Republicans only need 1 or 2 more seats to take the Senate. So this is a big deal. Stay with us. Tell your friends and family about the transmission. Send them the free link you're watching us on right now to Twitter and Facebook. Do it. Help promote the real people's media that's Americana-based, not Republican or Democrat. We make the Republicans look like absolute chicken shits. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Well, the midterm elections are here, and once again, the usual suspects, the corporate giants, are funding ballot initiatives. There are GMO labeling propositions, for example, in Oregon and Colorado, and Monsanto Corporation, along with Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they are spending millions of dollars on ad campaigns urging people to vote no on GMO labeling. They say the labeling will hurt local farmers and the economy. Greg Palast, I'd love to get your take on this. I mean, come on, Monsanto, do you think they're really concerned about family farmers?
No, but they're really concerned about Monsanto and their robo farms. I mean, Monsanto is, of course, they're selling seeds that are genetically modified, and they sell like Roundup ready soy. What that means is that you can dump a bunch of chemical pesticide called Roundup on the soybean, and supposedly it isn't ingested into that bean. The problem is that Monsanto not only tries to control the ballot box, they try to control the science. In an investigation I did for The Guardian, I found out that Monsanto, for example, in the analysis of their hormone BST, which is used to get cows to produce more milk, they gave the Food and Drug Administration tests which showed that there was no problems after 6 weeks of ingesting food and that had BST. What they didn't include, and some scientists from England found in the computer tapes, was that after 6 weeks, if you add a couple more weeks, weeks 7 and 8, cows started having pus in their milk. Isn't that nice? Yeah. And lesions. That was left out of the Monsanto presentation that got them the good housekeeping, yummy, edible stamp of approval from our Food and Drug Administration. But that was foregone because they had their own people. The head of the Food and Drug Administration came right out of Monsanto. And and this is a bipartisan thing. I mean, the Monsanto is extremely close to both parties, but especially, by the way, the Democratic Party. Hillary Clinton was very close to Shapiro, the head of Monsanto, and the head of the FDA was from Monsanto was appointed by Bill Clinton. So you have to understand that and both parties have played footsie with Monsanto, but the problem is that Monsanto is not being straight with us about what they're putting in these frankenfoods.
Well, that's right, and I've always called them mad scientists, and they have the Democrats in their left pocket, Republicans in the right pocket. But let's talk some more about that, because this is a massive revolving door between Monsanto Corporation and positions in the federal government. I mean, isn't this an obvious, apparent, a blatant conflict of interest?
Well, it gets even worse, because there is a world government, don't forget. When we're talking about the World Trade Organization, which controls the trade in Monsanto products, the Monsanto products, which are genetically modified, lab-created DNA, are on, some of those products are on what's called the Codus Alimentarius, which is a list of foods which any nation in the WTO must accept. In other words, a nation can't say, "Ooh, we don't want that BST milk with with pus in it. We don't want that stuff." They can't refuse that stuff, Monsanto products, if it's on this codex. Now, how did they get on the codex with quite dangerous products? The answer is that they got the inside information on the secret codex meetings, which were passed to them by both U.S. and Canadian operatives who were supposedly working for their governments or the World Trade Organization, but in fact were passing secret information to Monsanto so that they could work the lobby and get their robo foods on the international list. So you have to understand, our food supply is controlled by an international organization, the World Trade Organization. What is bought and sold in the United States and considered healthy is determined by in secret meetings by groups that Monsanto has tremendous influence over, and we basically are locked out of the room. So most people don't even realize that our food supply is actually listed for us, what can be sold and not sold, by this international organization.
Well, this should be the political discussion in America right now. I think it's very important. I think it's obvious that they want to control the world's food supply. And I'm starting to worry about Hillary Clinton. She looks like she hasn't slept. I think she's getting frustrated. She looks like she's very concerned about feeding African children. The food aid campaign in Africa. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, there you go. I mean, part of her plan is to require African nations to accept genetically modified foods designed and owned by Monsanto, which of course is really disastrous in a place like Africa, because those seeds cannot be reused. In other words, for thousands and thousands of years, for millions of years. Humans, since we started agriculture, actually tens of thousands of